Nietzsche said, all great things must first wear monstrous and terrifying masks in order to inscribe themselves on the hearts of humanity. I am Daniel Madison. Welcome to the Madison Show. Between Christmas and the end of the year, I turned 40 years old. 40. It sounds really strange to say because I don't feel 40. I don't even think I look 40, but I'm very accepting of it. I accept it. I believe that I have lived as much life as I can possibly live, not necessarily in 40 years, especially in the last 5, maybe 5 or 6 years. It's not about how much time you have in your life. It's about the amount of life you put into your time. I live, I try to live, and everybody should. I try to, at this stage in life, I try to be an example. I try to set myself up as an example, hoping to encourage, hoping to inspire, hoping to teach. I consider myself a teacher. I teach magic, sleight of hand, deception with playing cards, performance art, performance itself. Typically with deception, because this is my chosen fixation. This is what I decided to become obsessed with: deception with playing cards. The idea of wearing masks throughout my career. My career has now been over 20 years long. At this stage, I feel like I have become, I hope that makes sense, I feel like I have finally become Daniel Madison. This is it. This is the finished product, and now I'm at the starting point. Now I'm moving forward with the finished product. I talk a little bit about my tattoos being symbolic, the symbology of me always adding to my arms, always adding to my body these tattoos, thinking to myself, subconsciously thinking to myself, one day I'll be there. One day I'll finally arrive at the final character that is Daniel Madison. And without realizing it, now that I've turned 40, without realizing it, I have become. This is the final product. This is Daniel Madison. So that's why I say, on the verge, on the approach, on the precipice, is that the right word? On the precipice of 2020, I am Daniel Madison. Welcome to the Madison Show. Now these moments, this video, these thoughts and ideas that I want to share with you in these few minutes, however long this video turns out to be, I want it to be a reflection. I want it to be, no pun intended, I want it to be a reflection. I want to look back. I want to look back and share with you what I have learned before we move on, so that I can show you what I'm going to be doing in 2020 and what I'm going to be giving you. What I'm going to be giving you in 2020. Looking back, I always find myself going back to a very big moment in my life when I walked away, when I decided to finally walk away, step away from something that was seriously damaging and hindering my creative self. And that was the company that I worked for 5 years. Peter McKinnon pulled me in to Illusionist, and I worked there for 5 years. I eventually got the courage to leave and give myself the freedom, the complete freedom. Now, I keep going back to this. This was at the end of 2017. It allowed me to, in 2018, start my own company, start Madisonist Ltd, Madisonist. It was such a big step. I didn't give myself any room between leaving that company, walking away from that creative mindset into a brand new one. I didn't give myself enough time, enough recovery time, enough preparation. I just went from one to the other and assumed I could do it. There was a lot of damage that came with it. A lot of things went wrong, especially up here. I hadn't quite 100% confronted my madness, my Asperger's, my ASD, and everything else that you want to pile on top, everything else that has a label. I didn't quite pay the attention it was due and deal with it. I've done that this year. So 2018 was a bit of a wreck. 2019 was the cleanup. But during the cleanup, during trying to fix all these problems and all these issues, I still didn't give myself enough time. So I went through 2019 with a lot of damage, a lot of trouble, a lot of struggle, but that's life, right? That's life. Especially a creative life is a life of suffering. We are martyrs for what we do. We are martyrs for what we become. Right, I'm a martyr. I suffer for a living. That's what we do as artists. There is no other way. There is no choice. Tina, there is no alternative. In 2019, I started looking at the biggest risks, the biggest things that I hadn't done yet in my creative life. And the biggest thing that I hadn't done was allow myself the freedom to smile and to try and make other people smile. I'd never done that before, so I started investing some time and some energy and some creative energy into comedy and comedy. I don't know what words to use with comedy. We created Susan Sausage, and we created all these funny moments and all these creatively, expressively comedic moments to offer some relief for this pain, some relief for this suffering, for this martyrdom. And Susan Sausage came along with her frozen sausages, and she cheered me up and she changed my life. And so did you, Charlie. But I do whatever I can to be selfless. I try my best to live a selfless life. I try to give as much as I possibly can, and I'll always do that. And so through going through these experiences, if I can't share them with people and offer them as lessons, as morals, as stories, as ways of saying, look, I did it wrong, but I learned how to do it right. Look, I went through this, maybe you can take something from this so that you don't have to suffer as badly as I did, or you don't have to go through what I went through. So in sharing what I know and sharing what I do, I'm alone, right? It's me, the cameras, this studio, my creativity, and I don't want to die with my music still in me. I've said this many times, and what I mean by that, up here, the amount of creativity, the amount of ideas and expressions and magic tricks and sleight of hand techniques that exist up here, that I don't want to die with them still up here. I want to share them. And yeah, most of them I've already been putting books, but nobody reads books. This keeps me happy, being in front of a camera and sharing what I know, sharing what I do. So everything that's up here is going to be released and put on film. I'm going to teach and share with you everything that I've discovered, everything that I believe, everything that I've created. In 2020, that's when it's all going to be put on film, or at least the start of it. I know I already started doing that in 2019, and we found comedy, we found a way to do it, we found a way in this direction. It's a direction I haven't explored yet. Now I have 20 years experience of all these different directions. 2020, I pull them all together and putting the crown back on. I'm not the king of cards. I'm not the king of cards. You're not the king of cards. You once said that, and that was very naughty. I'm not the king of cards. And anybody who says that they are, you're not the king of cards. You're the king of yourself. You're the king of your own madness. We're going to pull all these things together. We're going to pull them all together, and we're going to make the best possible experience in 2020, the best show of all. For everybody who's been with me for all this time, and everybody who's still here, and everybody who's coming with me, thanks. 2020 is gonna be a mad year, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. I am Daniel Madison. See you in 2020.